have any information on anything.
Welcome. Today is Monday, June 29th, the second to last day of June, right?
Yeah. No,
Ooh,
tomorrow. I don't know anymore.
second to
Fuck. I
last
thought
day.
I thought yesterday was Saturday, so I'm like confused now.
Yeah, I don't know the days anymore either. I think there's 2 days left in June.
There's 31 days in June.
Oh no! Tomorrow it's 30. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I told you at the beginning of the show. I said I don't have any information on anything.
So I was correct. The usual. Hold on. So, anyways, we had a very action-packed weekend, I believe. We had FA. Did we have any league games?
Yeah, Crystal Palace and Burnley ended today, and then
Snoozer.
there should be one more game on Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Let's see. Watford and Southampton was on Sunday. That's right, because Ings is scoring again. He's at 18.
Danny Ings, bro.
Danny Ings. Good old Danny Ings.
Enigma, bro. Good old Danny Enigma.
Mm-hmm. And then Wolves and Villa, 1-0 for Wolves again. Another, let's see, was it Jimenez? No.
No, I think it was it Jota? It wasn't Jota. It was
Leander?
that was a league match though? It was a league
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, league match.
It was a league match for Watford, Southampton, and Crystal Palace and Burnley were also a league match. So, okay, only 3 matches besides the 4 matches we had for FA Cup?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so the semifinals look pretty spicy. Are you ready for that semifinal, Jay?
I am crunk hype, man. I'm hype about it. The last 4 teams are all huge clubs in England except for Manchester City. So it is awesome. I mean, I know the final that I want to see for banter purposes and field talk purposes.
Okay.
So
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
And for bagman purposes.
And for bagman purposes too. Hey man, listen. I'm not gonna say anything yet because it's not, it hasn't wound up like that. But if it does, we're doing a special episode where me and Sal are gonna we're gonna raise the stakes and we'll figure out how crazy the bet's gonna be. But first we got to get there. So I think it is Man United versus Chelsea, and then Arsenal versus Man City in the 2 semifinal spots at Wembley. And for all the talk about the FA Cup, the glitz and glamour of the FA Cup being gone, I mean, these are some pretty big semifinal games. So I think it's very exciting, honestly. And I was always one of the people that never thought the FA Cup lost its glamour. I kind of still believe in it being a big tournament. But
thank you.
Right, but I think it can only help the glam of it by these 4 big clubs being in it. Again, minus City. These 4 clubs being in it. I think it's a big deal. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I feel like the FA Cup is still one of the most glorious tournaments, or I guess league tournaments that you could say. And I'm pretty sure for the fans of smaller clubs and the lower leagues and all that stuff, it's an aspiration that they all would like to see their club at Wembley. So for that case, I would say that's why the FA Cup is still one of the best league cups. But yes, it is also good to continuously see the big clubs battling it out. And we got Arsenal and Man United, City, and what was it, Chelsea?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So great games. Hopefully Arsenal produce something better than what they did in the
last time
in the first game back.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it would be good to see Man United and Arsenal based on the fact that those are the 2 teams I think with the most FA Cups.
1 and 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 2, yep.
So for that reason, that would be a good final. And then the plus side of what we have going on here in this beautiful field talk.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be freaking mayhem if that final happens. Mayhem, war zone. I want it badly, but I'm gonna be cool until then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys are on a roll. Lampard is on a roll.
Yeah, and it's like I saw something on Twitter where somebody tweeted like, "Yo, there's no way on God's green earth that we're gonna beat Chelsea 4 times in a row this season." He's like, "Because I would never be able to let Chelsea fans live that down if we beat them 4 times." Which, again, we do have a very, very big Chelsea fan that's in our lives, Benzi. So I will be roasting the hell out of him as well if we do get that win 4 times in a row one season.
And he did say easy clap.
Oh, he did say easy clap. He did say that. Hey, the streets don't forget, partner.
So yeah, we got something to look forward to. When are those semifinal games though? And they're gonna be on what, ESPN, right?
Yeah, ESPN on the 18 and 19 of July.
Oh man, so we got a while to wait. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the only downside about it.
You see the draw, you get hyped, and it's just like, yeah, wait about a whole month.
A month, pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah. And then tomorrow, the only game going on is your team once again against Brighton. Who do you hope to see in the starting 11?
Well, I definitely hope to see a strong lineup, way stronger than he put out against Norwich. Too many changes against Norwich, too sloppy. So I'd like to see the front three, Rashi, Tony, and Greenwood. And then the midfield three. I really want to see – this is a lot of people kind of like don't agree with me on this, but I would like to see the midfield three of Bruno, Fred, and Pogba just to see what kind of dynamic they would have. I don't know if that might be too offensive. Not sure if any of them are – I don't know if Fred is a defensive midfielder by trade. He's very good at intercepting and breaking up play, but I don't know if that's his – his main thing is that's what he's good at. I don't know if that's what he's best at. So it could be a risk, but me personally, that's what I would like to see. And then in the defense, I'd actually like to see Eric Bailly come back into the starting lineup. And because I like that pairing between him and Maguire. And for me personally, I think Eric Bailly is an elite defender. He's just injury prone. And he hasn't been able to string together a long enough resume consistently so that people can see like this guy is really actually quality. So I'd like to see him, Bailly and Maguire there, and then Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Luke Shaw is really, really testing my patience, man. Like, he's just like, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's like, let's say you're coaching kids, right? And like all your kids are gifted, they're all talented, but then there's just one rube that like, it's time to huddle up, and he's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. Like, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, man, because he's really talented, but it's just like he has these lapses during the game where you'll watch and I'll just be like, yo, where in the hell is Luke at? And like, dude's coming down the left, Luke Shaw's all the way, like having breakfast with Maguire while his man's like running down or whatever. So honestly, I'd like to give the kid Brandon Williams a go in the Premier League. I don't think he's gotten a start in the Premier League since we got back. And then, of course, Big Dave and net. So it would be Big Dave, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Eric Bailly, Maguire, Brandon Williams, Fred, Bruno, Pogba, Rashi, Martial, and Greenwood. That's the lineup I want to see. That's my predicted 11 against Brighton tomorrow.
Got you. So, yeah, you did bring a Bailly, which I would agree with you since that one awesome season that he had. Ever since then, he's been very injury prone. And then you brought up the fact that you said against Norwich you were sloppy, I guess, a sloppy lineup or some sort.
Yeah, I mean, we changed. How many changes did we have? We took out Martial didn't start, Rashi didn't start, Pogba didn't start. Who was out there?
But in terms of like rotation, especially with the amount of games you have, very, very often, you don't find that was needed?
No, absolutely. I don't disagree with him rotating the players, but I just feel like there's too much rotation, especially in the engine room. You know what I mean? Like, because the first 11 that we have now is competent. Like, it's suitable. Our problem is bringing people off the bench and maintaining that same style of play. And we're not able to do that with the players that we're bringing on. So while we do have depth, it's just the quality, the drop off in quality from our starters to what comes on in the bench is you can definitely see it. So when you change out a couple of key players, like you take out Martial and Rashi and you take out Pogba, that's going to be a big difference in the style of play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just feel like he kind of did too many changes. But also I do agree. I mean, we got a lot of games. A lot of people want to get minutes into their belt. So, but again, he did make, I believe, 6 changes in that game. That's a freaking record anywhere. So but yeah, I mean, that's the lineup I expect to see. I expect to win that game comfortably, honestly. And just to try to keep climbing the table, man, trying to catch Chelsea or Leicester. I think it may be Leicester that we may be able to catch because Chelsea is in pretty good form right now. Captain America doing his thing. I think Leicester is kind of floundering. They may fall out, and they may be the team that we can catch. We don't know what's going on with City yet with the band. Don't have time to wait for that. So I'd rather just figure out a way to get into top 4 on our own and then let the rest figure itself out.
Okay. Well, with top 4 is going away from the FA Cup. With top 4, you also have Wolves between you getting to Chelsea and Leicester.
Right.
And
that's they're not going to go anywhere either. So we got to pretty much win all our games and then see what happens because I don't like relying on other teams losing and stuff like that. I'd rather control it ourselves. So, but we're in a good position. I'm happy. We're still competing for 2 trophies. Top 4 is there. At the beginning of the season, if you told me this is where we'd be right now, I'd be hyped.
So we move back to the FA Cup. Arsenal had a tough game. I guess you could call it tough from the way it looked, reading about it and all that and looking at the highlights. What positives do you pull from it? What did you not like from it? And what would you like to see going up against City in the next?
I wouldn't call it a tough time. It's just simple mistakes that Arsenal keeps making, and simple by terms of they can be corrected in the training ground, but what those players are doing, I don't know. And I'll start with the lineup. I mean, he went with a 3-4-3. I actually appreciated the 3-4-3. I think it suits Tierney a lot, and he showed a lot of promise back there. David Luiz, he got injured and he got subbed out, which I think he got injured knowing that he was going to commit some kind of stupid mistake.
He's a man on a mission, bro. I don't care what anybody tells me. He's a man on a mission. Sabotaging.
Yeah. I mean, good sign. Good takeaways. I'll say, Pepe is scoring and he's somehow finding the net, and he's getting there. He's finding his feet, which is a good thing for the club. He needs to be doing that. Ceballos coming on and just again putting on a show, scoring that last minute equalizer, not equalizer, but that goal. And I was telling Justin before we came on, Dean Henderson, if he had stayed in the goal instead of coming out, that doesn't go in the net. But he comes out and Ceballos goes through the legs. Easy win for Arsenal. But I mean, Ceballos shows why he should stay on this team. But if he doesn't want to, then for me, I feel bad seeing him go. But it is what it is. Saka getting the start. Again, the kids have to start, in my opinion. They're the future, and they're what Arsenal needs to focus on, not bringing in some older players or whatever. It's bringing the kids in there. Martinelli, I know he can't start because he's injured, so let him get healthy. We still got a long while to go. I'd rather him be there when we face City next time around. That way, we probably do have a better chance of getting into that final. So.
Well, yeah, I personally would like to see Ceballos stay as well. I think it's his best bet. He supposedly is coming back to Madrid, but as a Madrid fan, I probably can tell you that he's going to get loaned out again, or he possibly could be sold. So our midfield is too stacked. We have tons of midfielders,
Right.
so it's going to be a hard one for him to crawl into. So I would like to see him play at Arsenal more. I feel like Arteta can make him evolve into a more exceptional player than he already is. And yeah, I agree with you. He should be on the field as much as he can. Who did Man City play? Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
In FA Cup?
Was that an easy win
Newcastle.
for them?
It looks to it in the stats, but in the second half they were struggling, and there was one mistake that Newcastle failed to capitalize on. If they would have capitalized on that mistake, then it would have been 1-1, and who knows what would have happened at that point. But the magic of Kevin De Bruyne, and I'll praise and preach Kevin De Bruyne all the time. He's just one of the greatest players right now in the game, and scoring on his birthday and making things look easy for City. I think if City doesn't have Kevin De Bruyne, then that's a whole different team we're looking at.
Especially this season, I think he's been key for them to even be able to stay where they are. It's because of him. So remember the season before he was injured, but they were still able to just. This season, I think if they would have had that same injury, that team would have been. Well, you can see because they've got a lot of cracks. So I think that team would have been a lot worse off than they are. But I meant to ask you, Sal, did Aubameyang come on in that game?
No, I don't think he was there, but he didn't come on.
Okay, I know that you guys started with Laka and Pepe, right? And
Saka, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Saka and Pepe look great together. I
really like the Saka kid.
It was a great pairing, and you kind of look at it as I know why Laka and Pierre-Emerick are there, but at the same time, if we were to lose them, I wouldn't feel as bad because we do have Saka and we do have Martinelli, and they're coming into it on their own. So it's like, well, I mean, you lose them, but the wages come off the books.
Right.
And those wages coming off the books help for something else that you could need. And this team Arsenal needs defense. They need central defenders. And for me,
for a long time, actually.
Yeah. And I mean, same thing. Defensive midfielder also. That's another thing they need. But with the market as it is,
who are you okay with losing? Because I think that I don't think that the three, like, I don't think Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette are going to be that three in the long haul. So, like, let's say one of them has to go. Who is it that you're okay with? Who do you prioritize out of those threes?
I'll be all right with Aubameyang leaving because Lacazette still is that central striker, and that's one thing that I think Pierre-Emerick is not. It's just a straightforward central striker.
Right.
You can keep Lacazette there, and he can basically snipe out your goals if you need them. But having Pepe on the wing and Saka on the other wing, I mean, it's just a perfect pairing right there at that point.
Aubameyang, that boy basically said, "Get out of here." No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, for me, it's like I'd hate to lose him because it's like golden boot race. I love seeing an Arsenal player on the top.
Right.
At the same time, it's like it's not all goals. I mean, you need goals coming from other places as well.
That's who.
So, yeah. So I mean, I'll go back to the Galaxies. Zlatan had 30-something goals, and everybody else was behind him with like 2 or 3 goals. You're not gonna win a season that way, guys. I'm sorry, but.
But the thing is, if you lose your main goal scorer and you don't have any actual other goal scorers, then do you think you're going to do better? Because from the looks of it, I would keep Aubameyang and get rid of Lacazette. So you at least have some scoring.
Right. And that's the reason I asked the question, because I was like, I want to see like what your thought process was. Because I think Aubameyang's a better player than Lacazette. Like, I feel like Lacazette disappears a lot. He's also played out of position. Both of them are played out of position a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. So that's another thing as well. But I would keep Aubameyang if it was me personally.
See, I still remember Lacazette from Lyon. If we can get that Lacazette back, if that Lacazette were to come back, then at that point, you don't miss Pierre-Emerick being gone because you have that baller that was there. But I don't know why there's something wrong right now, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because they've tried playing them together up top, and that doesn't work either. So I don't know, but we have some games coming up in the Premier League, as we said. We stated we have the Man U Brighton. What else? I know that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow's only game. What do we have on Wednesday?
Oh, yeah.
Arsenal, Norwich, Everton, Leicester, West Ham, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Newcastle.
So nothing with any real implications, except maybe if Chelsea loses.
Yeah. And Leicester losing.
Right. Who do you want to see in that lineup against Norwich?
I like the lineup we had personally, so I would keep the three up top. I'd keep Saka, Lacazette, and Pepe. Kolasinac, Xhaka. I would put Ceballos and Niles, Tierney. And I'll put Luis in the middle. I know I say shit about David Luis, but I think he does thrive well in that three center back position, and Bellerin next to him. Right. I think at that point you have a good David Luis, because he's not, for some reason, 4 back he does shit, and he knows why.
Like, I almost think like if you play him, you have to play him in a 3 at the back for him to be able to do anything, because he's not. I don't know. It's like he's not as isolated, and then he can actually use his ability, because he could still pass. Like, he's very good at passing into the channels and stuff. Yeah. So I definitely agree with you. Once you said the 3 at the back, I wanted to let you know I definitely agree with that. Like, if he's gonna play, it has to be at 3 at the back, because he's a liability.
Exactly, and the Norwich game has to be the one where you can experiment, because it's Norwich. I mean, Norwich is at this point, So just go with it and then see what happens.
Let me ask you one last question about Arsenal. Is top 4 out of the question?
Yes.
Top 4 is gone for the Gunners.
I've been saying it. Just stay out of Europe. Stay out of Europe next year and focus on the Premier League.
I was almost at a point like that with Man United. Like, I didn't want them to be in anything. Just focus on England, and then let's just build our way back up. But it not being in any other stuff might be beneficial for Arsenal and the project that Arteta is trying to build, because he's definitely going to need at least another season and a half, at least 2 transfer windows to see mold that team.
Exactly. Plus, I don't think, I mean, even if Leicester gets into the top 4, or say Wolves get into the top 4, how much of a struggle is it going to be for them? Because they're teams that don't really get into Europe all the time.
Right.
So I've read on Twitter that but Arsenal fans, I don't know if they really are Arsenal fans. They might just be a following. But I've seen the hashtag of Arteta out. Do you agree?
It's like Ollie gone. I mean, it's the same people who panic after 1 or 2 losses. They're like, oh, we need a better manager. We need somebody with a name. I mean, you bring in someone with a name, it can go shit too. Look at David Moyes, for example. I mean, went to fucking United and shit the bank. I mean, fuck.
Now don't talk about Bendy,
but we'll move on. So went over a couple games. There's only like what 1, 2, 3 games that were
nothing really that has too much impact. Maybe like I said, Leicester, Chelsea, those teams that we're watching in the top 4 race, Man United. But again, I don't think any of the teams that are in that top 4 race will be losing this week, but that's why we watch. So
true that. So with that being said, we now move to the Serie A, and Sal, how's that looking?
Juve won on Friday 4-0. If you haven't seen the Dybala goal, go watch it. It's a beautiful goal. Higuain getting on the score sheet as well. So that's a celebration in itself. So easy for Juve. It's against Lecce. Lecce's been relegated. The other one that's of importance is Lazio actually beating Fiorentina 2-1, where they were losing for the majority of that game, and it was a game they had to win. They lose, and they're basically seeing 7 points adrift from Juve, and at that point, are you catching Juve with 7 points? It's a hard call
time.
at that point. Yeah. So Lazio, good for them. They got that, and our boys, Atalanta, who we love here on Field Talk, again scoring 3 goals. I mean, they're just, you can't help but watch them. They're just scoring all the time, and they're a fun team to watch. Anyone who watches this show, go and watch an Atalanta game. ESPN Plus, they're all on there. Pick any game. Even if they lose, it's still a fun game to watch. And their goal differential is what, 47 goals, I think, right now? No, like between 40 or 70, 41. Something like that. 41, yeah. So it's some dumb, and not even Juve is close to that 41 goals. So
that's insane, man.
Yeah, so it goes to show you. The other one of importance for top 6 or even top 4 was Milan and Roma. Milan showing up against Roma 2-0. I couldn't believe it myself watching it. Milan actually winning, like, what? And what Justin was showing us earlier, the Inter Milan game, which Inter was losing against Parma for the good long while. And if you haven't, we'll retweet the video of Lukaku basically with his English accent yelling out to Victor Moses.
Yeah, I'll make sure to retweet that on the Field Talk after the show. If you haven't seen it,
that game pissed me off because Parma's my favorite team in Serie A, and then they end up losing within like the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, like 2 goals.
You watch the game. I turned it off because I thought Parma has it. I mean, Inter's not looking like Inter, so Eriksen wasn't playing a good game either. So they're gone.
Like
good job. Yeah, exactly. They're playing like Man United from like what 2-3 years ago, right? It's just
Man United C team, bro.
They got the win somehow. I mean, Parma let me down. So.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, Atalanta has 80 goals in the season.
In total, right?
And goals 4, and Juve has 56. The second closest to them.
That's unreal, man.
Is Lazio with 64.
Jesus Christ.
Lazio banging them in too, though. It's a pretty good return for them.
Yeah, that's a 16-goal difference right there. So it's nuts.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean, when's the last time we saw a team scoring goals like that for fun?
Well, the unfortunate part of it, they're most likely in 4th because they've let in 39 goals.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Like, you would think if they had any type of defense, they'd be winning that damn league.
Oh, yeah, in a heartbeat. They would probably run away with it if they had better defense. So maybe that's what they look for next season. And they still have Champions League. So if they could put up the scoreline against somebody, boy, they probably have a good chance of winning it. I'm excited to see the Champions League come back because I'm interested to see if they could continue making the amount of noise they were before it went away.
What are they now? One-off games, right? So it's just you just have to win one game to move on, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Freaking gauntlet.
No home and away. It's just straight up. You win or you go home. So we'll see.
Damn. So Madrid, if that's lit. So if Madrid beat Man City, that's it, right? They're done. Even though Man City won before.
No, that's still. I think those games.
I think they're still
out are still counted on aggregate.
Okay.
From then on.
Got you. I was about to say that would have been awesome.
Which is awesome because it gives teams like Atalanta a good chance to win. Atletico Madrid a good chance to win. All they have to do is score one. And Simeone.
Right.
Defend the rest of the game.
Golly, Simeone, bro. Jesus.
Yeah. So it's gonna be very interesting. But it would be kind of sweet to see Atalanta and Atletico Madrid very defensive against a very powerful offense.
The offense, yeah.
Pretty cool. So yeah, I was gonna wear a Juve shirt, but I was just like, nah. I still have some hope. Lazio's only 4 points behind. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick to my guns and flip flop too fast, even though the goat is doing things. But yeah, so now we move on to La Liga, and it's gone quite exciting due to the fact that first place is solely ours, and there's a gap now of points. But the downfall of it all is relegation seems to be kind of done for the most part. But I'll get into it a little bit more. So the matches we had over the weekend. When did we last record? Friday, right?
Yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, so Friday we had Sevilla and Valladolid. Sevilla continues to choke, trying to catch that third position. They're still in Champions League spot, but they lost out their third place to Atletico, and they tied 1-1 versus Real Valladolid, which is Ronaldo Nazario's team. And then Athletic Club beat Mallorca 3-1, so relegation team not looking so good. And then Barcelona lets up a 2-1 win and ends up tying 2-2 against Celta de Vigo. Thank you, Iago Aspas. You are a savior. Osasuna beat Leganés, another relegation team. So you see the trend here. Relegation teams not looking so well.
Yeah, they're gone.
Atletico Madrid beats Deportivo Alaves 2-1. Always a one-goal win as of late for Atletico de Madrid. They'll take it. Levante beats Real Betis 4-2. Very, very interesting game with just a lot of goals. Villarreal beat the Bats of Valencia 2-0. Villarreal looking like they want to jump over Sevilla soon for that Champions League spot, which is quite possible. So that race has kind of gotten more enticing. The relegation is kind of dying down. Granada loses 2-1 to Eibar. Eibar was super close to jumping into the relegation zone, and they were like, no, not so fast. So good looks on Eibar, and they proved me wrong. And then, of course, Real Madrid, they played, I guess, I don't know, Fergie's Man United or something yesterday, because Espanyol came out like they were ready to do some work. And yes, it's probably due to the fact that 2 days before yesterday's game, they got a new manager. They sacked the old manager. They brought somebody down from the top to coach, I guess, for the rest of the season. And he had some inspiring words or something, because we won in a nail-biter 1-0, and luckily enough, we got the win. So now we're sole leaders in first place. No tiebreaker, no nothing. First place is ours. So we got to keep it that way. And then today, Getafe beat Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad was like gladiator before the break, and then after this break, they were just not looking like the same Real Sociedad. It's sad. They have a great team, good forwards, good midfield, a good up and coming goalkeeper.
Is that where Yanazé is at right now, Sociedad, or is that is he another? I know he's in Spain. I think he's a Real
the Belgian Januaz. Yeah. Yes, he is at Real Sociedad. He actually scored against Real Madrid, but it was taken away due to the offside rule. The guy restricting.
That would have made some good content if he would have scored a winner against y'all, bro. I would have ate you alive.
It was funny. I said when he came on as a sub, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna score." It's that kind. Like it was that kind of a game,
right? And he did score.
And I was just like, "Well, it sucks that it got taken away from him," but I was like, I called it. No, he's actually been playing really good over there in Real Sociedad. Yeah. Real Sociedad is really a good team for those sorts of players to like kind of flourish a little bit more, because, like I said, Griezmann came from Real Sociedad, and look where he's gone to. But okay, this season's kind of an off put, but
not really quick.
Yes.
Since you brought up Griezmann, I just want to say one thing. If Griezmann doesn't lose his spot to Anthony Martial, then what's his name? I can forget the French coach, but he's a sucker.
Deschamps.
Yeah, Deschamps. Yeah, if Griezmann has not lost a spot to Tony yet, then I'm done. But that's neither here nor there. Whatever.
but then we're gonna go back to the whole thing about Deschamps being like, well, Griezmann was on my World Cup team, so there's gonna be favoritism.
But what has he done since then, though, dog? What has he done?
He's not playing at Barca. He's playing with France. So you gotta think of it there.
Yeah, but don't you have to earn the right to get called up, though, dog? I feel you. You're right.
No, I get you. I would 100% put Martial in if I were him, because Martial is actually more on a streak than Griezmann trying to find himself lost in Barcelona. So in that sense, yes, I would put Martial. But when it comes down to all the extras of the World Cup, and I picked him, and he's my favorite. And it sucks, but
it's gonna be interesting, I guess.
Plus Griezmann is allowed to roam with the French national team. He's not stuck next to Messi. So that's the other point that you have to look at it. I mean, he's just there floating, whereas he has to basically Barcelona do what King Messi tells him to do, and if he doesn't, well, too bad for you.
Yeah, pretty much, because there's a video of Messi being talked to by the second manager, and he basically just turned around, walked away.
Yep.
Continued sipping on his little Powerade drink or whatever it was. So it goes to tell you, I don't know what's going on at Barca. It's a shit show. I'm glad that it's a shit show, and I can't wait till it gets even shittier. Yes, Jay.
I just want to make sure that we take time to send condolences to whoever that defender was that was guarding Karim Benzema. I want to send condolences to his family. I'm very sorry that you had to deal with that, and that you have to live your life knowing that happened to you. Oh, and if you don't know if you don't know what I'm talking about, Karim Benzema. How can I put this?
It's porn. It's porn.
There you go.
It is just,
don't watch it in front of your girlfriend. Don't watch it at work. Go in the bathroom with some lotion and put it on, because that assist was pure sex. And I'm not talking about like making love sex. I'm talking about dirty, sweaty sex, bro. Oh my God, what a freaking play, bro. Wow. I just had to get that out because I thought we were going to miss that. I want to make sure that we talked about Benzi doing Benzi things. So.
Well, Benzi always bringing the sauce. So
yeah. So that boy opened up a big jar of ragu, boy. Just golly, bro. I watched it like 7 times, bro. Just like, yo, how did he even know my man was there, bro? He just all right, whatever.
When he did it, I was just like, wait, what? I was like, that's the last thing you expected, because I was watching it live and I'm just like, so wait, what happened? I was like, 'cause I didn't see him turn around. And
right. He never turned around. Yeah, he's running off. Yeah.
The ball pops in the freaking 6-yard box. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So yeah, it was very saucy. Yeah.
We might have to retweet that on the FieldTalk Twitter too as well. Yeah, look out for that just in case.
Continues to do work. I feel that Benzi should get Player of the Year or Player of the Season, whatever they call it. If not, then La Liga is a giant scam, which we all know it is already, but I'm just saying it proves even more that it is a scam. So tomorrow there's a big game. It's Barcelona versus Atletico de Madrid. But like I mentioned earlier, Simeone's locked up 3rd place, so he's probably just going to bend over and take it in the rear. And then there's a lot of news about Bartomeu, the president of Barca, having a talk with Quique Setién about his job. So it's, rumor central, drama, all this nonsense. I feel like, and I think it's at the No Camp, or the Camp No, however you want to say it. Yeah, so hopefully it's a draw. I'll take a draw. I don't want to give a win to either team.
Right.
I'll take a draw. So hoping for that. So then our league can continue to grow, because our next game is against, who do we play next? Oh, Getafe on July 2nd. So
that could be a little bit more interesting than you would think.
Getafe's gonna come out looking like Getafe's gonna look like Brazil national team.
Right.
But anytime we play somebody, they come out,
turn up, yeah. Well, because you're Real Madrid, bro, and they're gonna get everybody's best shot.
Exactly. But the boys, Adan has been good with the rotations, good with the lineups. He's keeping it saucy as well. So I have faith in the man. And he said that this year we're going to focus on La Liga. So I have 100% faith that we're going to finish this out fine. All we have to do is just win out. And I see that happening. So the standings as is, Real Madrid, first place, 71 points. Barcelona second with 69. Atletico de Madrid in third with 58. Sevilla in fourth with 54. Getafe in fifth with 52. So they're kind of climbing up into the Champions League spot where they were when the break started. And they ended up slipping all the way down to sixth. But then now you have Villarreal fighting as well for those Champions League spots. They're in sixth with 51 points. So that Champions League, Europa League spots are now the spicy matches to look for or spots to watch, since the relegation is really much done for. Mallorca is in 18th, starting the relegation zone, and Celta de Vigo is in 17th, and the split between them is 8 points. And the way Celta de Vigo has been playing lately, I don't see them dropping any points, or as many as Mallorca needs to even get out. And so I feel like now I can call it that Mallorca, Leganés, and unfortunately, Espanyol, bye-bye. See you maybe the season after. So, yeah. Any questions, comments, concerns?
That assist was sex.
Okay, there we go. So, I don't even know where to go from there.
Man.
All I gotta say though is
oh yeah, summoning.
So now that we're done with recapping, reviewing, and talking random facts and whatnot, Jay, it's your moment. Enjoy.
Dude, we got to get some sound effects for this segment, man, or something. I'll figure that out later. But ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the best part of the show, which is what's being said when your boy FieldTalk just scours the internet for all kind of interesting tidbits that people are saying online about, the sport that we love so much. Today's what's being said is a very, very, very hype Arsenal fan. Looks like his name is Raul Witwicky. Interesting name. I don't know if he's a transformer or whatever. Witwicky, yes. And he goes into a large tangent. So I'm going to go ahead and see what he's saying. And then we'll go to Sal first, since he's our resident Arsenal fan, see what he thinks. And then Big Benzie will close it out with his thoughts. This is going to be very interesting. I like it. So this is after Arsenal beat Sheffield United 2-1 in FA Cup. He's very excited. He says, yes, exclamation. Arsenal are back. If you saw the game, we've played better than the Invincibles, and Pepe played like prime Henry, and Ceballos played like Kevin De Bruyne. We will beat all the teams next season and become PL champions and win the domestic treble. Hashtag a la Gunners. Ooh, so, Sal, what do you got to say to my man, Raul Witwicky?
Yeah, so I don't know if any of you have ever seen Transformers before, but the original Witwicky who started this whole shit fell down I don't know, spoilers, whatever. Movie's been out for so long. But he falls down a nice cliff, he hits his head, goes crazy, right? Yeah, our friend Witwicky fell down probably a couple times, hit his head, because I don't know where he's thinking this is better than the Invincibles and Pepe is playing better than Prime Henry.
Played like Prime Henry, bro.
Witwicky, you're doing great. I mean, keep up your fandom, keep up everything. But let me know if you need some medical assistance, my friend. I'll shoot you a couple dollars your way. You can get your head checked. This team is not playing anything like the Invincibles of that season. So let's move on.
Hey, Benzie. What do you think about Ceballos playing like prime Kevin De Bruyne and a la Gunners? What do you feel about that?
The a la Gunners is what sent me, definitely.
Wait. So let me before you go, Mario. A la Gunners, as in a la Akbar. Like how I don't want to like offend someone, but a la as in that term, or like
been discontinued.
Right.
No, but yeah, he's me with that one. What do you say? Who's playing like Prime Henry?
Pepe,
Pepe.
Prime Henry, and Ceballos is prime. Oh, play like Kevin De Bruyne today.
Damn. Well, that's a very offensive way to talk about Thierry Henry. I don't think Pepe is quite there to be even named in that same category. Ceballos is good, but he's not KDB. So I don't know what he was seeing, man. He might have been on the something. Is he? What is he? Is he British? Is he Spanish? Because he's saying a la Gunners, but then he's talking like
Raul with Wiki. Maybe he's a combination of both. I don't know. He does. Don't forget, he also says that we will beat all the Premier League teams and win the domestic treble. You guys didn't say anything about that. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's what I'm
Yeah,
getting.
all right.
Like he either had too much in his sangria or a little bit too much in his cup of tea.
Yeah.
He put a little too much sauce in there.
Sounds over it, bro.
But yeah, that man is completely.
I don't have an opinion. I don't want to have a comment on this. I'm gonna pass.
It's like I don't want to have one either, but he's just speaking straight nonsense. So
listen, normally I like to do one or two what's being said, but I think that one takes the cake. So that is going to be what's being said for tonight, folks. Oh, domestic trouble.
Yeah.
Prime Henry, bro. Prime Henry. Wow.
Henry probably was scratching his head if he read that. I'll tell you that. He'd be like, excuse me? I don't know what you're talking about.
That was great. I love Arsenal. I love Arsenal fans, bro. I just love it.
I love the fans, man.
Yeah, the fan base is just great.
Delusional, you mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. The level of delusion in that fan base just brings me joy. So much joy. I mean, I love you, Sal. I'm just saying, those guys are freaking great.
Hey, man. I mean, I don't count myself with the delusional side of the fan base. I even say Ian Wright is delusional sometimes with some of the stuff he tweets out, thinking we're gonna be champions and winners and all that. Nah, bro.
I feel bad for him though too. He wants Arsenal to be good so bad, but they don't. They don't help him at all.
Oh man, Cronky out.
Agreed.
So we've gone through everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. What she said was brilliant. Thank you for that little bit, Jay.
Of course.
And we will be back. When should we be back, guys? Thursday?
Once we have some more content, would be great. I am actually off on Friday, so if we can make it to Friday, that'll be great. I'll be able to be a part of it.
We can do Friday because we got a whole slate of games going up until Friday.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we got games every day.
So. Every day.
So Friday we will be back. Thank you guys for enjoying. Thank you guys being with us.
You don't know if they enjoyed it. Narcissist.
Exactly.
You narcissist.
Hey man, I'm just being highly optimistic. All right.
Right. Fair.
But yeah. Enjoy the rest. What I meant to say was enjoy the rest of your evening or afternoon or morning, whenever you decided to listen to this beautiful outtake of ours and recap and all that stuff. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Jay, do you have some nice, beautiful words to say here?
I certainly do. The people know what it is. This is episode 51 in the books, guys. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. And, of course, follow us on our Twitter handles, at FieldTalk_Benzi, at SalTalkSoccer, at FieldTalkJust_. You can hit us on Instagram as well, at FieldTalk_, and on Twitter, at FieldTalkPod. We're FieldTalk, and you always know the rules. Content.
So, to the next one, guys. See ya. Enjoy your day.
They left me.